Hey guys, this is your host Eric. Today we are going to watch action genre movie called Athena. Spoilers ahead, turn on your subtitle, I greatly appreciate your support. Enjoy the video. A video depicting the persecution of IER, a 13-year-old boy, has gone viral on social media. The incident was captured on video, and several police officers participated until the boy was killed. Then we see Abdul, a soldier, holding a press conference at the police station. He claims that the young man in the video is his younger brother. After the press conference, we see a man with long hair named Kareem. He is Abdul's younger brother as well as his brother. Because the identity of the officers or perpetrators of his brother's murder is unknown, Kareem detonates a Molotov cocktail in front of the police station. Following that, chaos reigns. Kareem and his associates use the chaotic situation to dilute some items from the police station, such as helmets, vests, and a vault containing weapons. They will use this later to fight the cops. Following the looting of several items, Kareem and his associates steal a police car and drive to a settlement, an apartment called Athena. Kareem's men have arrived in Athena and are ready to stage a revolt, which will be led by Kareem himself. Then we meet a police officer named Jerome, who is preparing to travel to Eighth with other officers. We can see that the police are concerned about a man named Sebastian, and that the police have been keeping an eye on Sebastian for quite some time. Sebastian, who are you? Why are they terrified of them? We'll find out later. Mokhtar here. He is Abdul Kareem and Ir's eldest brother. Mokhtar is a cocaine addict. He also deals in and sells illegal weapons. During this chaos, Monta is still attempting to transport his illegal weapons from Athens using an A. Then he intends to go to the forest to bury the weapons until things calm down a little, because he is concerned that the police will discover his weapons. However, it turns out that Keem's men have blocked the exit from Athena. As a result, Monta and his men decide to go into hiding for a while and store the illegal weapons in an empty house. Mokhtar violently beats Kareem's members in anticipation of the police storming Athena. While Kareem's members are powerless to stop Mokhtar, they are hesitant to fight back, because Mokhtar is the older brother of residents of Athena, on the other hand, begin to panic as a result of Kareem and his men's rebellion against the police. The residents do not want to leave Athena, so they corner Abdul, who is there because Abdul is Kareem's brother. Abdul, as the mediator, immediately tries to find Kareem to persuade him to stop his actions while he searches for his brother. Sebastian, the man, is seen by Abdul. Sebastian, the police feared, appears fearless and relaxed. In this instance, Ab decides to isolate Sebastian so that he is not influenced by Ka. After that, Abul returns to search his house. Then he notices a group of people praying for his brother. He also encounters his mother, who instructs him to pray for his late brother. Kareem is seen there, but they are forced to halt their activity. Then Kareem vanishes again. Abdul asks his sister where his mother and Kareem are, but his sister becomes enraged and orders Abdul to assist Kareem in fighting the police because she believes Abdul is siding with the cops. Outside, Abdul assists several residents in evacuating at the same time. Abdul locates his mother. The mother instructs him to look after Kareem because he is a weak child. The shoving between the police and the residents is unavoidable after that. This is what follows. Kareem, the group's leader, on the other hand, continues to fight the cops and orders his members to drop a refrigerator from the building's highest floor. Following that, the police fire tear gas at Kareem, and after bandaging his wound, Kareem receives word from one of his members that the police have barged in from another block of the S. Kareem and his associates flee, ready to confront the cops. As night falls, we meet a police officer named Murad, who previously assisted Abdul in the riot. Abdul, a military man, is asked to cooperate with the cops, or the cops will enter Athena force. Meanwhile, Kareem, as a leader, speaks authoritatively to his followers. We only need the name of the police officer who killed it if we are not thugs who can only burn things. Kareem does not believe the media when it claims that the perpetrator is not a police officer. Then, as a plan, Kareem orders his members to kidnap one of the cops and hold him hostage. At that point, the cops begin to enter Athena. Kareem's man welcomes the arrival of the cops by launching fireworks into the sky. The fireworks are directed at the police when they begin to move forward. At that point, the police and the rebels begin fighting each other. The police have to stop in the middle to use their shields to protect themselves from the fireworks set off by Kareem's men. Kareem, seeing the police remain motionless, goes downstairs, and as a result of the Molotov bomb thrown by Kareem tear gas bursts, causing the police to be unable to breathe. Their eyes are irritated, their skin is itchy, and they are unable to see clearly. The cops are forced to flee, but some of them become disoriented, and this is one of them. Jerome has been separated from his unit. He has to hide here and there to avoid Kareem's men, who are after him because he has heavy breathing and a headache. He continues to walk to avoid Athena, but some of Kareem's members see him and force him to flee and hide. He takes off his clothes. Jerome finally survives and makes it to safety. But oh no, he's still outside of Athena. Through Mira's cell phone, he sees a video of Jerome being held hostage by Kareem. Kareem demands in the video that the perpetrator be identified and imprisoned. If Kareem's demands are not met, he will execute Jerome. Mira also informs Abdul that he requires more time to meet the demands. Murad then requests that Abdul convince Kareem to make peace before the government sends troops to fight him. Abdul is permitted to enter Athena because he is Kareem's brother. Kareem is persuaded by Abdul. Kareem claims he will not stop because the police and government always protect murderers. Abdul is making an effort to be patient. He asks his brother, "What's the point of you doing something like this later, after you have the name of the perpetrator? Will that bring Eider to life?" Kareem pushes Abdul away as he hugs him and tells him to stop everything. He spits on his brother and claims that Abdul is nothing more than a French military slave. It should have been Advil, who is no longer alive. Abdul takes Jerome away from there as soon as he hears that. Kareem and his associates chase the two of them while shooting fireworks. And when they arrive outside, the troops tell them to stop and lie down, and then the police shoot them, but Jerome gets his. Kareem and his team are busy dealing with the police forces that have arrived, while Abdul and Jerome search for the bar where Mater and his men are staying. Mater, holding a gun, fires a warning shot, preventing Kareem and his men from entering the bar. Ab inquires of Mokhtar about a way out. Then Mokhtar says that his men are digging a hole in the ground in the back room to find a way out. Moore, upon discovering that Jerome is a cop, becomes enraged with Abdul. In the midst of the debate, their mother is calling, but they both ignore her. Finally, Moore Lenzen summons a friend to assist the police in getting out of there so that he can be hailed as a hero. Kareem, on the other hand, is planning something with his members when he receives a phone call from his mother. Only Kareem responds to the phone call. Kareem then orders his men to break in through the back door while he distracts Ab from the front. He threatens to hand over Abdul. The officer was holding a Molotov cocktail. Abdul disregards Kareem's threat and, without wasting time, lights his Molotov bomb, but the police are already behind him and tell him to put the bomb down immediately. Kareem, who no longer cares, turns around and is about to throw the bomb at the police, but a police officer shoots him, forcing him to drop the Molotov bomb and set himself on fire. Mokhtar pays a visit to Abdul, who is still unable to accept Kareem's death. He appears to be depressed as well, as he has also lost his brother. After Kareem's death, Abdul, who is still unstable, begins angrily beating Mokhtar. To avenge his brothers, Abdul assumes leadership of the rebellion. An enraged Abdul approaches Jerome. At the same time, a police call comes in saying that the officer who shoots Kareem is not one of them. Abdul orders his members to take Jerome because he is unable to make a decision. Following that, one of the members inquires about the locked weapons vault. Abdul Sebastian is on his way to destroy the safe. Abdul then video calls Murad. He threatens Murad with revealing the identity of the officer who murdered it. Jerome would perish if he didn't tell him within an hour. In addition, Abdul learns about riots in 3 French cities. Then a mob of anti-government protesters storms City Hall. The police are having difficulty dealing with them, and the military will soon be as well. Returning to Sebastian. With a homemade bomb, Sebastian easily opens the safe. Sebastian orders several members to place gas cylinders and spill gasoline after giving them weapons. Apart from always appearing relaxed, he has pointed out in some places why the police are afraid of Sebastian. Sebastian turns out to be an expert at making bombs out of scrap materials. Murad unexpectedly calls Abdul at midnight. He requests that Abdul put an end to the rebellion. Murad then confirms that IID's killer is not a police officer. Abdul requests that Murad bring 500's killer to him immediately, despite the fact that he is not a police officer. Murad, on the other hand, is incapable. It enrages Abdul even more. He rushes back to Jerome to finish him off with his fans who remain connected to Mira. Abd is prepared to take things seriously. Last but not least, it appears that Abd still has a conscience. After that, everyone rushes out of the building, including Jerome. Sebastian Abdul is alone, staring blankly into space, thinking about what happened to his family. Then we see Jerome and the other members strip naked and walk out of the building to surrender. Sebastian has arranged dozens of gas cylinders in the corners of the room the next morning, while Abdul is sitting in the next room. At that point, several police officers can be seen peering through the window to see who is still present, and then we see a boy lying on the ground at the end of the film after being beaten by a group of people dressed as cops. One of them keeps track of everything. They then travel somewhere on the neck of one of them. An Occident tattoo, a tattoo of France's far-right militant group, can be seen. Then they set fire to the police attributes they had previously used. We can conclude that these are the people who murdered it. We really appreciate you watching. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel with the notification bell because it is really important for us. Thank you.